It has been a difficult couple of weeks from Western New York Catholics, with the Buffalo Diocese hosting meetings all over our region to reveal which parishes are being recommended to close or to merge. The final consolidation meeting was last night. We thought about a third of the churches would be getting difficult news, but it's turned out it's a little more than that. And it's important to remember that no final decision has been made yet, though. That won't come until September. So now parishes in so many of our communities, many of them preparing to make their case, as the diocese will have to make some really difficult decisions in the coming weeks and months. Reverend Brian Zeleneski is the Vicar for Renewal and Development in the Buffalo Diocese, leading this effort, and he joins me now live. Thank you so much for coming in.
Hi,
Good
Michael.
to see you. I mentioned there it's been a difficult couple of weeks. That's the case for a lot of people watching. I imagine that's the case for you as well. Tell me what these past couple of weeks have been like for you.
Well, it's the past couple of weeks, just because of these announcements affecting people's lives, has been exhausting and draining. And spiritually, I've been praying for all of these meetings and everybody that's affected by them. But we've been doing a lot of work over the last couple of months preparing for these past 2 weeks worth of recommendations. And so it's a time in which we're trying to look forward and hope that we have to make these changes in order to be vibrant and survive for the future. But we got to look at the harsh reality around us today and make adjustments so that there is that vibrant future.
Most Catholics with whom I've spoken acknowledge and recognize, as painful as it is, that a lot of churches simply do have to close, right? There has to be some right sizing that is happening at this moment, but no one wants their individual parish to close. Now the next step is going through this process where parishes can appeal to the diocese, I guess, sort of make their case, right? Tell me how that's going to play out for our viewers who are wondering what comes next.
Right. So again, as these are just recommendations, up until July 15th, we want all of these recommendations to be shared with the parish communities, with the leadership at the parish level, and then essentially let us know, do we agree with those recommendations or do we want to offer a counter proposal? So on July 15th, parish leaders will let the renewal department know that, and then if they want to offer a counter proposal between July 15th and August 23rd, the renewal team will meet with parish family leadership to talk about that counter proposal and come up with a collaborative decision on what we're going to have to decide and make for September 1st.
One of the stories that we did this week was down in the Dunkirk-Fredonia area, and we interviewed a woman who walks to her parish every day, and her parish is scheduled to merge with another. She's not going to be able to walk. She doesn't drive. There are a lot of those stories. What can the diocese do? She talked about hoping more services are online. I mean, are those kind of things that we need to be thinking about going into the future, since it's inevitable we're going to have fewer parishes in as many communities? One
of the things that I would hope people can realize is that right now, so many of our resources are strapped by the infrastructure that we're maintaining.
Yeah.
All these buildings, upkeep, but when we take some of that offline, it allows us to have resources to invest in people and ministry. So that woman in Dunkirk hopefully will be able to have somebody at a ministry, and maybe it's a church van that comes around. There's more opportunities to actually minister for what the need of the community itself is, instead of investing in a building that's 3/4 empty on Sunday.
For people who are watching who wonder how the process has sort of played out, how have you explained it to folks in terms of how you're making these difficult decisions? I know it comes down to things like how many people are in the pews each week, right? Which churches are able to sort of financially maintain the infrastructure and the services that they have.
Right. So we looked at hard data when it comes to trends of who's in the pews, those who've been registered in the parish communities versus contributing. I mean, there's a discrepancy in even that, where people that may come to church and register in a faith community and they show up for Christmas and Easter, but we don't see them maybe other times during the year, versus a regular contributing household. There's a lot of things that we took into consideration as we're making these recommendations. So we looked at all of the data, made some rough drafts of what the recommendations might be, took it to some of our vicar forains to actually talk about. I talked with them and trying to chat it out and see what other things could be recommended or how we would adapt those. Then we have a task force committee that reviewed them finally, and I put together the final recommendation from that, and that's what was released over the past 2 weeks.
I'm out of time, but September 1st is when, how will that happen? Will there be a news conference, some type of?
So Bishop Mike will have a news conference that releases the final decisions as we're going forward.
All right, we'll continue to follow it. Again, thank you for coming in. It's great to see you, and I know this has been a difficult couple of weeks for people watching and also for those of you in church leadership. So thank you very much, Father Brian.